Like I said before, we are beginning learning how to complete the square for quadratics where the coefficient of x squared is equal to 1. In doing that, we always concentrate on the very first two terms. So the first two terms could be rewritten as x plus b over 2 all squared minus b over 2 squared, then plus the constant c. And if you recall the diagram, we always divide the middle term by 2. That's why we have b divided by 2. So this section measures the dimension of our square. And from this section all the way, including the c, or the constant, measures the smaller unit squares that we might need to add or take away. This side is always negative in the formula, always. But this side could be positive if the question is given to you as a positive, and could be negative if the question is given to you as negative. So let's look at a typical example. X squared plus 4x plus 9. We first need to find out our b. And our b in this case is 4. 4 divided by 2 will give you 2. So we need to replace b over 2 here with 2 and just work it out. So 4 over 2 is 2. Replacing the formula, this is what we have. Then plus our constant 9 is what we have here. You need to evaluate what 2 square will be, which is 4. So next step, we have minus 4 plus 9. The only thing we need to do is to work out negative 4 plus 9. We now have our completing the square as x plus 2 all squared plus 5. So that means the dimension of the square will be x plus 2 on one side and x plus 2 on the other side. And we'll fill in with 5 smaller units. If you're going to use diagrams, this is what it's going to look like. Let's look at the second example. Here, remember, it's a minus in the question, so our sign here should be minus throughout. B is 10, or you want to take it at negative 10. Divide by 2, get negative 5. So you put the 5 in place of b over 2, and you're going to have x minus 5 all squared minus 5 squared plus 6. Next, let's compute what 5 squared is. Then we compute negative 25 plus 6, and that completes the square. So this also tells us that our square dimension is x minus 5 on both sides, but the square is not entirely completed because it's going to miss 19 smaller unit squares. That's why we have the expression x minus 5 squared minus 19. There will be 19 smaller squares missing if we use diagram to explain that.